At school, getting to the right fraternity can be a matter of life or death. Keith and AJ need to hire a stripper to entertain the brothers or their college days are over. In a shady after hours joint, they find an adult entertainer like no other. No shit. When they step into the world of sharp fanged Katrina. Have these two freshmen bitten off more than they can chew? Stuck on the wrong side of town on a dark night and surrounded by a plague of alien bloodsuckers? The answer is definitely yes. Alien bloodsuckers. So vampires are aliens now. Okay. With a cast including the gorgeous Dee Dee Pfeiffer. Oh, God, she is beautiful, by the way. Still is. Hey, Dee Dee. And the frighteningly beautiful Grace Jones. This oddball combination of blood, laughs, vampire hotness is a must-have for all the lovers of the undead. And you know what? It absolutely is. I had such a blast watching that movie. But I will give you a little bit of a history lesson. I used to watch this film all the time when I was a kid. Now, don't judge, it was the 80s. Nobody cared. Right? And I hadn't seen it for years and years and years. And I thought, since I've started doing these reviews, I will review this one day. And this is the day. And I loved it just as much now as what I did all them years ago when I used to binge watch it literally all the time. I think I wore out the VHS of this movie. I absolutely love it. Now, this review is definitely a nostalgic review for me, and it is through rose-tinted glasses. It's the same as House 1, House 2. So I am going to be completely biased, right? So I'm just letting you know now. I highly, highly recommend you check this film out, guys. I really do. Because in the 80s, there was a lot of vampire movies came out. You had Fright Night, which is brilliant. Lost Boys. It's one of the greatest vampire movies ever made, don't you think? And then you had Near Dark, which is really underappreciated in my eyes, to be honest. And it's actually a brilliant movie. Vamp 1986 falls into that category for me. It should be talked about along the same lines as like Fright Night and Lost Boys. That's how highly I recommend this movie. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And I highly recommend you guys check it out. And one of the things that stood out for me now, and stood out for me when I was a kid as well, was I love the look of this movie. Like there's pink and green lights everywhere throughout the movie. Everywhere. And it's weird, but it's cool at the same time. Now, I've seen a lot of other reviews where people actually complain about that, and I kind of understand it. But I like the look of it. I really do. It's unique. It stands out for me. And there was always something as a kid that was even in my mind back then. Like, I just liked the look of it. I don't know why that's the choice or the design they went with. I suppose it's kind of like entering another world kind of thing. It's kind of like could be like a dream like state thing. I'm not too sure. It's a really nice artistic choice anyway. I like it. The chemistry between the two leads, AJ and Keith, are the two characters. Robert Russler plays AJ and Keith is Chris McPeace. The chemistry between the two leads is brilliant. Like, you really believe they've been friends for a long, long time. And it really shows when you're watching the movie. I think them two are brilliant in it. I like the guy that plays Duncan. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm really sorry. But the guy that plays Duncan, he reminds me of what I would have been like in my younger days in the strip club. Like, very overexcited. That would have been me. And I love him as a character. I thought it was ace. Actually, everyone in the movie is really good. You know, everybody. And the film's just nuts. It's crazy. It's batshit crazy. But I love it. I've said I've loved it so many times. It's just really good 80s cheesy vampire fun. If you liked Fright Night and you liked Lost Boys, jump on this film. Honestly, jump on it. I wouldn't lie to you. Honestly, you'll love it. I do have a couple of little negatives for it though, and one is being Grace Jones. Now she's not bad in the movie at all. In fact, she hardly says anything, and she is quite intimidating. But this is the point I'm going to get to. When they get to the stripper place, After Dark it's called, and they're watching all these strippers, these dancers, there's a lot more attractive and sexier strippers than Grace Jones. Her dance in this, for AJ to decide that he's the one they're going to try and get back to the university, it's the creepiest, unsexy dance you could ever imagine watching. You wouldn't pick her at all. You'd literally, if you had a list of all the strippers you were seeing that night, you'd literally go, well, that Katrina one can fuck off. There's no way we're bringing that crazy bitch back. Cross a line through here. You wouldn't pick her. There were so many much better ones than her. So many. You wouldn't pick her. Oh, there were so many beautiful women in this movie. Oh. And anyway, yeah, so that always baffled me, to be honest with you. Even as a kid, I thought, why would you pick that one for? I was way ahead of my years, I'm telling you. And also, as well, which I've always found a little strange, as they're driving, going into the city, into Los Angeles, they kind of go into a little bit of they nearly go into a crash, and they tailspin for what seems like, well, it must take over a course of hours. Because as they're driving in, it's pure daylight, and then they spin for ages, and then they stop in the middle of nowhere near where they nearly had the accident, and it's going into nighttime. Which always baffles me and doesn't explain anything. I can only kind of assume it was like, I don't know. Like, have they travelled in time? Have they just gone into like a different dimension? It's weird. But then from that moment on, the film does get weird. So it's like a kind of Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. It just gets bizarre. I don't know. I always found it a weird choice. And it always stood out for me. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking. But other than that, guys, honestly, get on it. You won't be disappointed. I highly recommend it. And you know what my score's going to be, guys. It's 5 out of 5. That's it. I highly recommend it, guys. Get on it. You won't be disappointed. Okay? Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me with this review. I'm finally glad I've been able to get it to you. It's been a crazy week for me so far. I'm not too sure what I'm going to review next. If you guys have got any requests or you want to see me review anything, put a comment down below with the movie and I'll probably end up doing that next at some point. Alright guys, as always, take care of yourselves and each other and I will definitely see you soon. Take care guys, bye now.